let us look at the impact of a change in accounting process. So we are auditing an organization, and there has been a transition from manual records to automated records. So record system. So how do we look at this scenario? What are the points that we need to keep in our mind when we are auditing such organization? In that particular time, in that transition time. So, the first thing that we need to understand as an auditor is the order in which the records have been entered into the system. So, in a manual system, there is a particular pattern, whereas in a computerized system, all the relevant accounts like the balance sheet, the profit and loss statement, everything gets prepared simultaneously as an entry is made into the system. So it is quite different to the manual system, and this has to be kept in the mind. And the second one is the records, the kind of records, which is like it might be an intermediate record or an final record. So the way in which these are being processed. So the whole set of mechanism in manual accounting system is replaced by the computer information system, and there have also been changes in the form and the type of these ultimate records. So we need to get ourselves used to the pattern in which that particular software works. If it's an Oracle software or if it's an SAP software, the form of records which we would expect, we have to get ourselves comfortable with them. And now the use of stationaries. The manual records are largely entered into big bound books, and it's handwritten, whereas with the computer information systems, all the data is being stored in magnetic tapes or floppy disks or printouts, and all these or USBs, all these kind of replace the books, old books, and the huge bound books. So it is important to ensure the security of these. So when we are looking at the data being stored like a balance sheet, and all the sensitive data is being stored in a floppy disk, so we have to ensure and check what are the security measures in place to avoid misuse of those stationaries. So the next point is about the codes. So when we are looking at an SAP software system, accounting software system, so they use specific alphanumeric codes to represent the transactions and the descriptions for any particular journal entry or any particular statement. So they use alphanumeric code. So it's very, very important for the auditor to get familiarized with those codes in order to understand the way the transactions are being represented in the statements. So the last one is the link. So we need to also make a special effort to understand the link between the primary records and the final statement. So there is no clear representation of these linkages between the primary document and the principal record. So it is very important to take special effort and to understand the the audit trails in order to have a good understanding about the particular transaction, like how it is initiated and how it is represented in the final statement.